Hi guys, it's Emily from Novel Novels and welcome to today's video. This is the end of year book tag. Now I know, as always, I'm a bit late in the game. I thought most people did this end of November. No, I should have done it at the start of November / end of October. So some of the questions are a little bit tricky. So I'm kind of putting my own spin on them a little bit. I don't want this to be a long video because I've got to shift over up to my mum's. And it's busy down this end. But I can't believe it's already the start of November. I'm filming this on the 8th of November. And I have done no Christmas shopping. Yep, I am way behind. But after the year that it's been, I am not surprised. I am not going to get stressed. I'm going to write lists. I'm going to get everything done. But yeah, can't believe what a year it's been. It's been a bit of an all over the place year, hasn't it? So let's hope the end of it goes well. Let's hope 2024 is a good year. So let's go with the prompts, otherwise this will be a longer video. Number 1, are there any books you started this year that you need to finish? No, I never do that. I never start a book. I can't put a book down. There are books that I would like to go back and reread after the Dickens project being a total flop, but there are no books. Number 2, do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of the year? We're right near the end of autumn. So I'm going to say a book that I'm reading in the second half of this month, second half of November, which you guys will be seeing on my wrap-up part 1, which should have already been live. And this is When I Come Home Again. And the reason why I'm reading this in the second half of the month is because it is a book to do with the First World War. And we celebrated, obviously, on the 11th of the month, which you lot have not had. You lot have had, I haven't had yet, with having Remembrance Day. So for me, November is about remembering the people that we lost in World War One. But we do include World War Two, but it's mainly about World War One. And this book is set in World War One. And it's about a soldier who is arrested in the Durham Cathedral in the last week of the First World War. But he has no memory of who he is or why he came to be there. He's given the name Adam and transferred to a rehabilitation institute in the Lake District, where Dr. James Howarth is determined to uncover his identity, but unwillingly relive the trauma of war. Adam has locked the memory away, seemingly for good. And it's based on true events. When I Came Home Again is a beautifully and compelling story about love, loss and longing for the aftermath of the war and how we will always prevail. I find these sort of stories really inspiring. Unfortunately, it's a massive book, nearly 500 pages, but that seems to be what I've done in November. Read big books. Am I stupid? Yeah. But I feel like that is really important to read. I'm also reading, you would have seen, I probably would have read my Auschwitz books. I want to really read wartime books in November because that is the time when I would like to remember. And I find these sort of stories really inspiring and really encouraging because our predecessors and our ancestors, they really paved the way for our strength. So for me, it's very important. Number 3, is there a new release you are still waiting for? Well, because I'm filming this right near the end of the year, not really. There is Amazing Grace Adams is out in paperback, and that's by Farron Littlewood, and that was a book that Katie recommended last year, and it was out in hardback, and we didn't get it in hardback. I didn't get it in hardback, but I would like to get it in paperback. So that's happening. That's released just after Christmas. So hopefully it's in time for the Waterstones Boxing Day sale. Hopefully I'll get it in that. If not, see if I can get it in the supermarket because hopefully that'll be a bit cheaper. I'm still trying to look at ways of being cost effective. But there have been some new releases that have come out before that I've waited to December to read. So this video is also going to be a sneaky peek at my December TBR. But yeah, this is a new release that came out in October, which you would have seen that I bought in October. And that is That Festive Feeling, and that's by one of my favourite authors ever, Heidi Swain. One Christmas, a new friendship, and one big life decision. And it's the next in the Nightingale Square series, so we get to go back to old people that we loved, and it's about like Holly and I think who's the gentleman that's in this? Bear. Oh yeah, Bear is a rather large and festive man. I love Heidi Swain's writing. I love the Nightingale Square series. I am so looking forward to reading this. It's my new release that I'm looking forward to reading in December. But yeah, that to me. Number 3, what are the 3 books that you want to read before the end of the year? So these are some sneaky peeks for the end of the year. My December TBR. I've got one that I'm reading in November that I'll show you, and then 2 for December. The first one is this one that I'm probably going to try and kill myself with, and that is Maps of Our Spectacular Bodies by Maggie Mortimer. This is a book that I got from the lovely Jem from Gem of Books. I've heard it's a book that was on the Women's Prize last year, and I've heard it's going to destroy me. But it's a book that I was really excited about. I begged Jem to give it to me. It's stunning and hardback. And this basically counts as telling the story. And we all know about maps. It's something gleeful and malevolent is moving in Leah's body, learning her life from the inside out. A shapeshifter, a disaster tourist, is travelling down the banks of her canals and it's spreading. When the sudden diagnosis upends Leah's world, the boundaries between her past and present begin to collapse. And this is basically cancer telling the story. It's literally a coming of age story at the end of life, and it's going to apparently break me. But it's a book that I really wanted to hear out. It's a book that I'm really excited about, so I'm reading it in December. But I'm going to aim to read it right at the start of December and have a comfort book to read afterwards, because I will need to have a comfort book to read while I'm reading that. I know I'm going to. And then a book you guys know about, I've spoken about it in so many videos. I'm reading this at the end of November with the lovely Jem from Gem of Books. Charlie was going to be joining us, but poor little love's having a bit of a hard time, like I said, with our family stuff. But this is Wayward, 3 witches, 3 timelines, nature, witches. It's pink, it's stunning. I can't flip him away. Everyone knows about Wayward. I bought it in hardback and it's now out in paperback. Typical me, it's out in paperback already before I've even read it. 3 timelines, 2019, 1942, 1619, which is female empowerment. Flipping can't wait for that. And then the last one's not really a big surprise to you guys because I've been reading the series. But I'm not sure whether this counts as the last in the series or whether the latest book. But this is The Missing Sister by Lucinda Riley. I'm reading this with the lovely Gaia from Gaia Athena. I know she's not putting videos out there anymore, but we're still really good friends. I am not sure whether the new Pa Salt book, Atlas Pa Salt story, is the last in the series, or whether this is the last. Because this is the last in the 7 Sisters, but we've obviously got Atlas's, the dad's story, as well. So I'm not sure if I'm finishing the series one at this. I do need to read the Atlas book, but my mum's got a copy and I haven't bought it yet. I've been trying to be good. I'm trying to wait for it to be in paperback because I really want... If I can find this in the paperback, I might actually find this in paperback and then swap it over. Because I don't do very well in hardbacks. And this is freaking chunky. But yeah, I'm reading this in December with Gaia. And it's about the missing sister, Merope. And it's the one we don't know anything about. So this is going to be full of unanswered questions. And I think Mum says you need to read the Pa Salt book to actually get the answers. And they only have one clue, an image of a star-shaped emerald ring. The search to find the missing sister will take them across the globe from New Zealand to Canada, England, France and Ireland, uniting all of them in a mission to complete their family at last. In doing so, they will slowly unearth the story of love, strength and sacrifice that began 100 years ago when other brave women risked everything to change the world around them. Oh my god, this is going to break me as well. Sisters, oh my god, I can't wait. I think, Gaia, we're going to be reading this right at the start. Because I really can't wait for this. I really cannot wait. I'm so looking forward to that book. I flipping cannot wait. But yeah, those are the 3 books. I've got loads of others. You know me, my December TBR is big. I don't think it's actually as big as normal because I want to mood read a lot more in December. Okay, number 5. Is there a book you think you could still shock you and become a favourite of the year? To be honest, we all know, unless a miracle happens, Katie from Books and Things, this book is literally going to be my favourite book of the year. The Secrets of Heartwood Hall. I don't think anything can beat it. I've got 2 books that are very close to it, but as of yet, nothing has beaten it. But there is a book that I'm starting before this video goes live, and this is In Memoriam by Alice Wynne. I'm reading this with Danny from Danny's Book World and the lovely Angela from Reading Off My Shelf. And I've heard a lot of good things. This is probably the closest one out of all my books that could shock me. Again, it could be Maps or Wayward could shock me, but this is the one that's got the most potential of shocking me because it's another World War One. We're starting on the 10th or the 11th of November, and this is set in World War One. It's about Henry Gaunt and Sydney Elwood and the rest of their classmates. And it's all about World War One, two lovely boys who fall in love and war separates them, and it's apparently again another one that's going to destroy me. But it's about wartime, it's about true love, it's about, yes, it's historical fiction, but it's got a lot of romance in it. My sister Charlie has said lots of good things about it and really does think that it's going to be a me book. The fact that I'm reading it with two gorgeous girls, it makes me more excited. Cannot wait. This is the only one that I think has got potential. I don't know if it's going to, obviously, but we'll just have to wait and see. But this one's probably got the most potential, I think. But you never know. That's one of the joys of reading. We don't know if we're going to get surprises. I've had some books that I haven't connected with as much. Some books that I've been walloped out of their part by my booktube besties for not liking as much as they did. You never know. Okay, so last prompt, and this video is not going to be a long one, thank God. Right, have you already started making reading plans for next year? This is me we're talking about. Of course I bloody have. I've got video plans for the whole of December. You guys are getting a sneaky peek. You will be getting an announcement for the Past and Future Readathon, and there may be some sneaky new hosts this year. So we got that coming up in January, and we'll obviously go into more detail at the start of December. You'll see the announcements. You've already would have seen that I've got my classics to reread, so that's another thing. I might do a read along of Les Mis, but I don't know when I'm going to do it yet. I'm trying to think about trying not to do it too close to any of the other readathons. So obviously we've got Past and Future, we've got Victober, that's another common thing. We've got Jane Austen in July, I'm already starting to get some books for that. We've got, and then I'm hoping to do my Chronic Pain and Invisible Disabilities, my Spoonies readathon again. So those are obviously read-alongs, but I'm hoping to do a read-along of Les Mis. I am going to be doing, this is a sneaky peek, is that I'm going to be looking at, one of the videos for December you'll see is me looking at all the oldest books on my TBR. And it will be any books that I bought before 2023. So anything that way, they'll be over a year old basically. So anything that I bought in 2021, 22, I'll be writing them all down on the pieces of paper and putting them in a little pot. And then I'll be picking one out of those every month. So that's another thing I'll be doing. And again, and I think obviously we'll have the TBR jars kind of happen again. And I think they're the only sort of realistic plans I'm going to do. I still like mixing up my genres. I still like reading lots of books by different genres. And don't think I'm going to do any series. This year, one of the things I will say is I'm not planning any series because that's gone a bit floppy this year as well. Although I'm hoping to get to the Heroes of Olympus series by the Percy Jackson Heroes of Olympus series. There's 2 books in that series I need to get, and it's taking a long time. I've been collecting them all year, so whether I look on ABE Books for the last 2, I may cheat and do that. And then I think I've got one other series I'm thinking about, but other than that, I'm not being too stressed this year for 2024. I like keeping it quite, but mixing things up. You know, I'm doing a couple of different things this year. So yeah, for 2024. I hope this video is a success. And because it's the end of year book tag, if you've got to the end of this video, do a fireworks emoji, because fireworks celebration for the end of the year, I think that's quite good. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, not subscribed yet, be on my ding-a-ling, and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.